Hello! Ready for video update number 2. It's kind of weird talking to myself on this computer, and my hair is bothering me because I just decided there's no good hair day in Ireland. This is what it's going to be for 5 weeks. Yay! Anyways, from the airport, we were able to find the international terminal, and then we got checked in. I had to scan my passport and do the scanning system, and then go up to the counter, and they got my bag checked, under 50 pounds, always a good thing. And then, which means I didn't pack too much, so that's even better. Anyway, then we went back and checked in with the teacher and waited for some friends that I got on this trip, and then we went through security together. And then from security, we went to our gate and made sure we knew where we were going. And we had a little bit of time, so we went and got a caribou coffee, which yes, they have in the Hartsfield Jackson Airport. So exciting because they don't have caribou anywhere near Statesboro or anywhere else near Atlanta that I go to. So I was excited about that. So got my little coffee and then went and sat down and ready to board the plane. And then once we boarded, we took off really shortly after. I was actually kind of surprised because normally when I've flown in the past, you get on the plane and you sit forever. We didn't have a window seat, which is kind of a bummer. I was in the center of the center, so there was 2 seats on either side of the windows, and then there was 4 seats wide in the middle, and I was on one of the middle ones. So that was very cramped. It felt long, but in all reality, what was supposed to be like an 8-hour flight, or what I was expecting to be 8 hours, only turned out to be 6.5, which is really good. So I don't know if we had a good tailwind or what, but it turned out it was really very smooth flight, and takeoff landing was great. I felt long because I could not sleep at all. I wish I could have, but I couldn't get comfortable. I had nowhere to really put my head. I watched 2 movies, Pitch Perfect and Trouble with the Curve, and listened to some music. I was actually very impressed with the music selection they have on the little TVs. They have a lot of good country, yay! So listen to that. We had 2 meals, a chicken pasta thing for dinner, and then I had this little English muffin cheesy egg thing for breakfast, which was not very good, but I ate it all because I knew I was going to be hungry. So I got off the plane at about 6:30, and then went through customs, and they were laughing because we got out and there was another language on all the signs, and since then we found out that it's Gaelic, which I was actually really surprised about because I thought that Gaelic was not really a language used anymore. I knew that some of the smaller towns in Ireland still used it, but I didn't expect it to be like a national airport kind of thing. We thought it was maybe German or something. But anyway, there was a super incredible long word, and I pulled out my camera to take a picture of it, and they go, "Lauren, read underneath it." And in English, it said no photography because it was customs. So I'm glad I didn't take a picture, but I think I might try to sneak one on the way out because it was just like the longest word you've ever seen in your life with a bunch of letters, and nobody knew what it said or could pronounce it. But apparently it said no photography. So anyway, got through customs, got a stamp on my passport, woohoo! And then went and got our baggage. That was right on the tram when I walked out, so my bag picked it up. Then we had a few minutes to use the bathroom, and some people got snacks before we got on the bus to ride 2 hours over to Waterford, and got on the bus and saw some scenery, and then was like, okay, I'm passing out. I'm tired, so I balled up my sweatshirt and was able to sleep a little bit on the bus. Back to the plane. We get closer, and they had a little tracker thing where you could see where your flight was going, and it gets over and it says 2 minutes. Everybody's kind of looking out the windows, and I looked as much as I could see, and I don't know if it was fog or clouds or whatever, but it kind of parted, and you saw a shoreline and the rocks and the green, and everybody just kind of went, oh, we're here, we're in Ireland, awesome. And from the runway where we're sitting waiting, we actually had to wait 15 minutes to get to our gate because got to the airport an hour earlier than expected. So they said they had the plane that was in our gate had to leave first before we could pull in. But sitting on the runway, we looked out the window and you could see a pasture of cows and sheep. So definitely not Atlanta. But anyway, rode over on some charter buses to Waterford, and I slept most of the way. I can sightsee later. But got here, and we had about an hour to move into our little apartments, and they're actually very cute. We got a room. I have a desk right beside me, and then there's I can't really move it. I've got 2 cords plugged in. A little wardrobe little area, and then a bathroom, and then from there we went to eat lunch, and had lunch here on campus, and then had a tour of campus, and then was able to go to the bank, which is like right next to our dorms, and switch my dollars into euros. And while we're standing in line, Taylor Swift's 22 came on, so that was like super exciting for me. Yay! Sign it's going to be a great trip. So I transferred the money and lost a lot because of the conversion rate, so that was a little disappointing, but I guess that just kind of shows how the difference in economies are between America and the US, or America and Ireland, Europe. But anyway, from there, we then went back to town. We went to two museums. We went to the Medieval Museum, which in all honesty was really actually very boring, and I was really wanted to be there. We were super tired, but it was still, fun to see everything. And then we went over to Regional Tower, which was really exciting and interesting, and had a lot of good information. We went up four different levels, and it was crazy that that was the first thing the Vikings ever made, even before like Iceland, where you think of like original places Vikings were. That's where they made it, and since then it's actually been used throughout all the years. And then all the walls in Waterford. It's really cool to see. Just be walking through a store. We walked through a little store called Penny today, which was super cute. It's a lot like H&M, and they had a piece of the wall just kind of roped off where you can't get to. I don't know. It was crazy that used to be the walls that protected that the Vikings built from invaders and intruders. But in Regional's Tower, I sat down while she was talking on one of the levels, and I'm sitting down and I'm kind of looking out this window, and it's like this old stone stack that kind of comes to a point, and there's bars over the window, and I'm looking out, and I see like some trees in the far distance, and there's like a castle in the middle of the tree. So I zoom in with my camera, and then I like stand up and look, and it's over the river. So that, I don't know, kind of seemed very Irish to me to just see a random castle looking from another tower's window. Um, so that was really interesting. We did that, and then we rode the bus back here and went to Tesco, which is kind of like a grocery store shopping center, and got some just simple groceries and stuff to put at our apartment, and lotion and shampoo and stuff to have for the 5 weeks while we're here. And then last night I absolutely crashed. I was exhausted, got some good sleep, and this morning got up and had breakfast, and then went to the Waterford Crystal. That was extremely exciting. It's crazy that people will train for 3 years to make this bowl, and once they master the bowl, with, with all the different cuts and different ways to design it and stuff, it then becomes a 5 year apprenticeship. So it's like 8 year, not 5 hour, 5 year apprenticeship. So it comes to a total of 8 years just to make one of these bowls, to be this craftsman. And that's insane to me. Like 8 years of your life. I mean, I could get my 4 year degree plus a bachelor's, and then 2 years of something higher than that. I don't know. It's really weird that it's just one craft, but it's so intricate that that's how much it takes. So that was really cool to see, and see all the behind the scenes process. I actually got to see the mold that built the BCS championship trophy, and then we got to hold like a smaller replica of the crystal football, which was really exciting. It's like the topper. It was really heavy, and it was actually a smaller version, so that was exciting. They make a lot of the awards. I saw it showed us the Teen Choice Award, or not, yeah, the Teen Choice Award, and some of the different monuments and bigger things that they've made. They had smaller replicas of, so that was exciting. And then from there, we had a tour guide give us a tour of the city, and apparently he's like a world-renowned tour guide, is what we were told. He would, I guess, never say that, but he was really cool, extremely funny, very lighthearted, and had some jokes for all the different places, and told us about the coolest things in the city. We walked around, and then from there we split up, and we just went as we wanted, and we ate at a little cafe and just kind of walked around to some shops. We're going to go back and do some, bigger shopping, and actually go into the city more later when we've got more time, but we did that today. And the cafe we ate at was actually called the Granary Cafe in Waterford. And at the end, when we got finished eating, I wanted to take a picture of the dessert because they were just so pretty and looked so like, they almost looked like plastic something. They didn't even look real. They were so big and poofy and cool and stuff. So I went and asked if I could take a picture, and the guy goes, only if you put us on the tour guide thing, I guess like an online site. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, just give me the card. He's like, okay, do you want to come back behind the counter and take it? And I was like, no, this is fine in front. And he goes, okay, well, take as many pictures as you want. So I started taking a picture, And he goes, they're made fresh daily by this guy right here. He's cute. Take a picture of him. So I took a picture of the guy that made it. So that was pretty funny. So everybody seems very nice and um, lighthearted over here. So that's been cool so far. Got the cell phone to work so I can call back home. Turns out to only be 15 cents a minute, which was actually very cheap compared to what I thought it was going to be. So I've got my little Irish cell phone, thanks to Larry. Um, but yeah, that was that. And then we walked back from the city to our dorms, which turned out to be like a 30-minute walk. I'm not sure how often I want to do that, but our bus passes don't start until the 25th, which is only 3 days. But um, anyway, I'm thinking I'm gonna go take a nap, and then we're gonna go to a play tonight. So gotta get rested up for that. But hope everybody's doing well back home. And if you're watching this, thank you for your patience. It's kind of weird doing it on a computer, but I don't know. I kind of am trying to remember everything. I want to get it all down, and I haven't had time to really write it or blog it. So this is me talking as much as I can. And if you're on Facebook, then I've posted a lot of pictures, and I know I've posted a lot so far, but I want to get everything written out of what each thing is and the story I have behind it before I forget it, or so I don't forget it. So that's that, but hope you're all doing well, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.